Hey everyone, we're going to do a reading. Let's see what you guys need to know today. Keep in mind it's a general reading, okay? This could be past, present, or future. You will know best where this resonates, how this resonates, if it resonates at all, okay? If you need a personal reading, those are open right now, okay? You can book that down in the description box on my website. So let's see, guys. What is the message today? What do we need to know today? What's happening? What is going on today in the collective, angels? What's going on? Let's see. The Fool is coming out first. The Knight of Swords in reverse. Okay. And the King of Cups. 8 of Cups at the bottom. Okay, so we have someone here that wants to have a new beginning, or they took some sort of a risk here, tried something new, but we have lies. So somebody might have come in with some sort of lies, defamation, gossip, or they did something too quickly without thinking about something logically. They didn't think about some sort of long-term consequences of something here. And we have a King of Cups. Okay, let's see what this is. Why is the Fool here? Why is the Fool here? The 7 of Cups. The King of Wands. The 7 of Swords. Okay, wait, this is too many, but we have the Knight of Pentacles, the 3 of Pentacles, and the King of Cups again. So now I don't know if someone was confused while they did something here. Like they didn't see something clearly before they went in and took some sort of a risk. Someone here is a liar though. Someone here is trying to get away with something. We have a King of Wands and a King of Cups here. And there seems to be some sort of a strategy going on with multiple people working together on this. Okay, let's see. What is this Knight of Swords reverse? The 10 of Swords in reverse, the 5 of Wands in reverse, and the Empress. So whatever this communication is, or these lies, or this fast action, someone here thought that they would overcome a painful ending. They thought this would resolve some sort of conflict. They could resolve a fight this way, or they could solve their problems in a way. They could avoid some sort of an ending. And the Empress, okay. Why is the King of Cups here? The 2 of Wands, this has to do with a choice that a King of Cups made. The 9 of Cups, to go towards happiness and wish fulfillment. And the 6 of Cups, something in the past. Okay, so at first glance, it kind of looks like someone here came in with some sort of lies, with some sort of confusion, but this was planned. This was a strategy to come in and lie about something because they thought this would help them solve a problem. Okay, let's see. What is the Fool? 8 of Cups in reverse. Something about, and this came out in the first reading that I did, the other reading that I did as well, twice in the reverse. Something about not being able to move on, not being able to leave something behind, not being able to let go. But we have the 8 of Cups here as well. What is that? The 8 of Cups in reverse. Ascending, transcending an obstacle. So it has something to do with how these people tried to transcend an obstacle that they felt like they couldn't leave behind. They just couldn't let it go, or what is this? A child. Not being able to leave a child behind. Not being able to leave a child behind, and the main male. Not wanting to leave a child behind. This has to do with the Queen of Wands. The Five of Swords and the Four of Pentacles. This has to do with somebody that tried to win at all costs and hold on to something, or somebody trying to hold on to something, winning at all costs. What is this? The Four of Pentacles. A relationship. This has to do with a Queen of Wands that wants to hold on to a relationship or hold on to someone in a relationship. Trying to win at all costs. Trying to transcend an obstacle here. Not being able to leave a child behind. What? This has to do with someone having many options, decisions, a one-night stand. Keys on a ring. Keys. This one wanted to come out too. This has to do with a key. With a key. A key to what? A key to what? A stolen key. A stolen key? A stolen key. So it's making me want to do a crime reading. I mean, I was already feeling it in the last one, okay, but I kind of left it at that. Now I'm like, what is this with a stolen key? What's the Seven of Cups? The Seven of Wands, 777. The Magician. This has to do with someone trying to create an illusion, creating a fog, trying to defend themselves. Someone is trying to figure out how they're going to defend themselves. Because they don't want to go to court. Somebody doesn't want to go to court, or they're going to get bad news in court, or they don't want you to appear in court. What is this that they're lying about? Seven of Swords. It's a plan. This is a plan to get away with something, in the Five of Swords. This is a sabotaging, backstabbing, very manipulative plan in the future to try and get away with something. We have a King of Wands and a King of Cups. Who are these people? Who's the King of Wands? Someone that's thinking about something, okay? This King of Wands is thinking, or they're the mastermind behind something. Who's the King of Cups? The King of Cups is someone that's in prison. Oh. Okay, so King of Cups could be locked up. A King of Cups could be locked up. Who are they? They're imprisoned, okay? And this has something to do with someone lying about a key or stealing a key. Somebody wanting to hold on to a relationship. This has to do with a plan, how to get out of something. Okay, what else am I missing here? This has to do with someone being very stressed out, worried, can't sleep, anxious, can't find peace of mind because a plan didn't work or something was not perfected. The Queen of Swords. What? This has to do with a message. This has to do with a message from a Queen of Swords, or a message to the Queen of Swords about somebody not working, or is that about employment? Is that about not having a job, or what? It's about a mature woman in reverse. So somebody was feeling, okay, could be a mature woman in the reverse. Someone here was feeling very anxious because a plan didn't work. Or this mature woman in reverse was feeling very anxious and stressed out because of a message. Or maybe something getting out now that the plan didn't work. They wanted to transcend an obstacle because a plan didn't work and there was a message getting out. And this has to do with someone wanting to hold on to a relationship, something about a stolen key. And a King of Cups who's imprisoned. And they don't want to go to court, or somebody didn't go to court, or they don't want something to go to court. Maybe about this King of Cups. Maybe they haven't been like, maybe there hasn't been a court date yet. Maybe there hasn't been a court date. Like this is kind of giving me someone who's in the holding cell, right? Until they have their court date. So it's kind of like, you know, for criminals that they haven't gotten the verdict yet, but they're being held because they're dangerous, right? Something like that maybe. And they're trying to figure out this person's defense. 7 of Wands, so that maybe something doesn't go to court. So there could be people here that are worried, or maybe this isn't about a child, maybe it's about innocence. So this is, okay, so you know what I'm kind of getting here? This could be someone is imprisoned, okay? Like, okay, so I'm kind of getting the other crime readings, right? Where there was like a snitch. Maybe somebody snitched on a King of Cups and now this person is imprisoned, or they're in a holding cell or something like that, awaiting a court date. And these people that snitched or that are also involved, they don't want something to go to court because they don't want someone to testify, or they don't want to be implicated. So maybe they're trying to get this King of Cups off the hook now. I don't know. They're trying to figure out how to get out of something or get away with something. The fact that they were working together with a King of Cups. Something about stealing a key. Okay, we're going to have to see what that is. And a Queen of Wands and somebody wanting to hold on to a relationship. Okay. So what is this lie? Knight of Swords reverse. The Wheel of Fortune and the 4 of Wands. This has to do with a fated event involving a home, a property, a community, a turn of events. The Wheel of Karma. With a home. What is the Knight of Swords reverse? A house. So for some reason, these people felt like lying about a house or lying about something that happened at a house would help them resolve their conflict or would help them stop their own painful ending in a situation. Okay. A main female in reverse. What are they trying to say here? Or what are they trying to stop? They're trying to have victory in a situation. They're trying to win something. The Devil, by lying, or they're trying to have control over a situation. They want to have control. Or they're trying to make someone else look like someone else was the toxic person. Someone else is the bad person. The World, they're trying to close out a cycle. They're trying to end something and be victorious. Okay. Strength. Yeah, someone wants control. Somebody's trying to control the outcome. They're trying to control who goes down and for what. And the fact that they're trying to control the story. They're trying to control the narrative of what happened and who's involved, and the fact that they were not involved, in quotation marks, right? It's like somebody, okay, so there's something big that happened here. They're trying to make the King of Cups go down. This person could already be locked up or in prison or something like that. They want this person to go down. Someone else doesn't want to have to go down with it, even though I'm pretty sure they were involved. They're trying to control what comes out in court or what is testified in court. You know what I mean? It's like, is this a criminal? This feels like a criminal ring, like a criminal organization that's trying to like maneuver how something goes down. It's like the ship is sinking, but they're trying to maneuver like who goes down and for what and what gets exposed and what evidence comes forward so that certain people don't go down with the ship. If you get what I'm saying, that's what this feels like. Like they're trying to have control over the information that comes out. And I don't feel like that's really working. It's like they want, these are people that are definitely not innocent, that want to be seen as innocent, even though they're definitely involved. And I feel like they already scapegoated a King of Cups who could be in prison. Right? So tell me about this King of Cups here. This person's choice in the past. Ace of Cups. A choice to have love? A new beginning in love? The Four of Cups. No, this was something that was rejected. This is about something being rejected. Some sort of an offer. In the past, some sort of an offer was rejected. Or are these people trying to claim that someone did approach them with a bribe or with an offer? This King of Cups did approach them with an offer, but they denied it or they rejected it, trying to say, no, yes, they did come towards us, but we rejected the bribe or the Tower. Got him. Okay. Yeah, I feel like that's something they might have tried to say. Why is the Tower here? Because of bad memories of the past, or they're stuck in the past, or it's because someone is regretful about what happened in the past. The Ten of Swords. Because there was a betrayal. Somebody, I feel like it's you, it must be you, a collective. They did try to betray you. They did try to stab you in the back. But they're trying to wash their hands clean of what they did. And they're trying to pretend like it was someone else. It wasn't them. They rejected the offer. They're not implicated in this. Something like that. Death. Yeah, they tried. This is about like a failed unaliving plot. Oh yeah, here it is. The Sun. The burden, right? The Ten of Wands is the burden of evidence on someone. And they're being exposed. Because, okay, so I feel like what's happening here is that the fact that there was a planned unaliving attempt, that's exposed. Okay, there's evidence of the fact that this did happen. Now it's like all the single players trying to say, oh no, I wasn't involved. I was not a part of this, even though they were. All trying to blame it on one person, maybe the King of Cups who's imprisoned. But that's why they don't want something to go to court. Because they don't want to be called in for questioning maybe, or they don't want to have to testify or something like that. Because they don't want to be implicated, or they don't want this King of Cups. I don't know if this, I don't know if the King of Cups is talking, if this person has been offered a deal. You know, hey, if you tell us everybody involved, we'll give you less time. I don't know. Okay, depends. I don't know. The Knight of Pentacles. Depends on the lawyer or what? The Hermit. No, it depends on the investigator that's asking questions, I guess. Okay. Knight of Pentacles and the Hermit, that's like an investigator. That's someone that's looking for answers. Okay, why is this investigator here looking for answers? Oh, because of a false person. Or there's someone here trying to figure out the players that are involved, the false persons involved. Occupation, a plan, or somebody working together with a false person. There's someone working together with a false person? What do you mean? About being sad about a breakup. Lovers in reverse and the Five of Cups. This has to do with someone being sad about a breakup. Sad about a breakup? What? Yeah, now the truth is coming out. Now the truth is coming out. Someone is gaining clarity about somebody being sad about a breakup and someone working together with a false person, or a false person having a plan and a strategy to do something undercover. Okay. But now someone is receiving what they need. Something is progressing, something is arriving. Somebody is receiving what they need now. Okay. That somebody didn't send someone a message. Somebody didn't get the message. Somebody didn't send this message. This message is false. The message was never received. The message was never sent. A main male. Okay, anything else before I get into the crime cards? Something is a failure. Something is a failure, or somebody's reaping what they have sown, or something is not going to work. Something is failing. Something is a failure here because of someone imprisoned. Someone is imprisoned. Or something about, like the snitch. Why do I feel like this is about the snitch? Somebody snitching on someone, trying to get them imprisoned, or somebody got someone imprisoned by snitching, by offering information up. But that plan is failing because it's like, I feel like the person that snitched gave information because they wanted one scapegoat, because they wanted one fall guy. They wanted the case closed. But it's not closed. It's like still being looked into, and that's what's worrying them, because that was not the plan. And they desperately want control. So, okay, let's see what this is, guys. Let's see. Okay, so why do they want to stop something from going to court? Because of a report that they made, right? About a deposit. No, POPO, mortgage, deposit, report, POPO, mortgage, cybercrime, and C. Because of C, cybercrime, CC, because of a cybercrime, because someone reported a cybercrime. Landlord, E. Because of a landlord, mortgage and landlord. Someone doesn't want to go to court. A landlord doesn't want to go to court with you over a deposit that they owe you. Maybe there's a landlord here that still owes you a deposit for your home, okay? Or for a lease. Maybe it's not a mortgage, maybe it's a lease. Why does a landlord not want to give you your deposit back in court. Because of K. What? Because of phone insurance? Because of phone insurance? Or this has something to do with the phone? Something on a phone? Or they heard this on a phone? Or something that they picked up on the phone has to do with the fact that you have a landlord or a past landlord that refuses to give you your deposit back on a home? What does that have to do with someone reporting a cybercrime? What? It has to do with a lawyer. It has to do with a lawyer? What is this? I was not expecting that to come out. Okay. Money or paper trail. Because there's a money or a paper trail. What does it have to do with a mortgage or a lease deposit from your landlord that they don't want to give you back, and they don't want to go to court? They don't want you to take them to court, but you're going to take them to court. If they don't give you your deposit back, you're going to fucking take them to court, lawyer. Okay, you are taking them to court, but why do they not want to go to court? Because they want to be seen as innocent? They want to be seen as innocent, but they're a thief. Is that what keys is? Stolen keys. Stolen keys. What does that have to do with a landlord that you might take to court that doesn't want you to take them to court over a deposit that they don't want to give back to you, even though they have no legal grounds to keep that deposit, apparently? They don't want to go to court, though. It has to do with a money or a paper trail and a lawyer. Or maybe you have a money or a paper trail with a lawyer. Maybe you've also already started consulting with a lawyer that you're going to take this landlord to court over this deposit. What does that have to do with them wanting to be innocent? It has to do with M. Maybe that's the name of your landlord. It has to do with a device. Or M for master key. Master key, maybe. Is your landlord involved in opening the door for these people to plant a device in the home? Someone's landlord, maybe about a... Okay, so either M is a... I don't know why I'm getting master key. What does this deposit and this landlord have to do with this device? It has to do with surveillance. Oh, you mean the surveillance device? So the landlord, someone's landlord that refuses to give you your deposit back and doesn't want to go to court over it, they're involved with a surveillance device. This has to do with child support. Third eye. Third eye. Okay, so you could be seeing something with your third eye here about B. B. Okay, my phone storage was full, but look at what came out. M, yes. Yes, something about this. Okay. Money laundering. This is the truth about someone's money. The truth about some sort of money would come out. Yes, some sort of truth would come out about some sort of money or money laundering if you were to take your corrupt landlord to court over your deposit. Frozen money or assets. So usually, usually a landlord, if you have a lease and you have to put down a deposit, right? Usually they're supposed to put it in a certain kind of a bank account where it's not touched, right? Because it's a deposit. And if you have a landlord that's refusing to give you your deposit back and you're telling them, I'm taking you to court, I've already seen a lawyer over this, I'm taking you to court because I want my fucking money back, okay? They don't want this to happen because the truth would come out about some sort of money that's supposed to be frozen, but it wasn't. Is that what this is? See? C, like Spanish, C. Okay, CC is here. Forgery. This has to do with some sort of forgery. And a catfish, X. X, like a signature, X where the signature goes, forgery. Somebody forged something here, catfish. Somebody that's retired. Somebody that is retired forged something here with a signature possibly. Yes, because of a surveillance device. And they don't want to give you your deposit back. I don't know what the fuck that has to do with it or anything, but they want to be innocent. They're trying to make themselves look innocent here. Reporting a cybercrime. Okay, interesting. Huh. What else do we need to know about someone's landlord, huh? That doesn't want to go to court. Oh yeah, you're definitely taking that fucker to court. You are going to take him to court. You should. Sacrifice. If he refuses to give you your money back, definitely take that guy to court. IRS. This has to do with the IRS. Someone trying to sacrifice you to the IRS. Okay. Something with an X. Or your ex. What? Or does your landlord not want to be in trouble with the IRS? Is someone's landlord underreporting their income from all of their homes or something like that, their apartments or what? Oh, this has to do with murder. Okay, interesting. Well, see, look at this. Look, the home is here, house. So this has something to do with a landlord. Okay. Running away. A landlord is trying to run away here. Murder. What? F. A hacker. So someone's landlord knew about a hacker. They knew about a murder setup. They knew about trying to sacrifice you. Someone here is pulled in for questioning, D. Because someone got pulled in for questioning. Okay, what is going on with not wanting to go to court here? This person's about to get karma for some sort of a transaction because you're going to speak up on something. Because of something that you're going to say or something that you're speaking up about, this person's going to get karma for a transaction. What transaction? You mean with the deposit that they refuse to pay you back and you're going to take them to court over, or what? That's the question. The question about some sort of SA. Selling drugs? Selling drugs. Selling drugs? Okay. food or drinks at someone's property. Selling drugs has to do with something at the property, with their property. PayPal, driving under the influence. PayPal. What is going on here? This has to do with the internet. The truth about money laundering. The truth about some sort of money laundering. What is the truth about money laundering? Have to do internet PayPal? What does that have to do? A hacker, internet hacker, PayPal hacker. The truth about money laundering has to do with someone's landlord and the deposit that they don't want to give you back and that you're taking them to court over with a lawyer. And they don't want you to, what is this? The deal with money. A deal they made with someone's frozen money. A deal they made to freeze some sort of money, freeze some sort of assets. In an offshore account, organized crime. They made some sort, I feel like this offshore account is the account that a deposit is supposed to be in. It's like off limits account, frozen account. There's organized crime going on here with like a deposit account. And they made a deal. Okay. F. K. Money or paper trail. They made a deal with a money or a paper trail? For what? For what? Yes. The deal, a landlord made a deal with someone with a money or a paper trail. Okay. To make themselves look innocent. So where's the deposit, huh? Now I get it. Where's the fucking deposit? Who was it sent to? Where did this landlord send the deposit? Because you didn't get it. That's why you're taking them to court. That's why someone is taking this fucker to court. Because you did not get your deposit back. Where's the deposit? D. UK. Someone's deposit is in the UK. Oh, interesting. To make themselves look innocent. Are they stupid or are they dumb? Are they stupid or are they dumb? I don't know. Jurisdiction. So someone here made a deal with the landlord to put the deposit somewhere else, thinking it would make them look innocent. And now they don't want you to take them to court because it's going to expose that you never got your fucking money back. You're still going to take them to court because you want your fucking money back. Okay? Interesting. Okay, why is this King of Cups here with imprisonment? Why is the King of Cups here with prison? Because this person is possessed by a demon. Oh. On video. There's a video of this person being possessed by a demon. Okay. VPN, loan, sold their soul. Yo, this King of Cups is in prison because they are possessed by a demon and they sold their soul. Okay. A video of a loan, VPN. A video of someone possessed by a demon that sold their soul. No. Or is this someone trying to get you imprisoned? They claim they have a video, or they claim they have something from a device where you have sold your soul and you're possessed by a demon. Oh, right. Oh. Case files. This has to do with case files. Okay. W or M. W or M. Sorry, scandalous. Okay. Oh man. Okay. Let's see here. W or M. Jurisdiction. PayPal. Offshore account. PayPal offshore account. In the case files. Something about jurisdiction. Getting jurisdiction. Somebody got jurisdiction so that they could look in the case files. This has something to do with a loan, PayPal, and an offshore account. The money trail. It's how they're trying to make themselves look innocent with the money trail. Someone who was possessed by a demon that sold their soul got jurisdiction of case files, and now they're trying to make themselves look innocent of a money trail, PayPal, offshore account, and a loan. And they're doing this by having a deposit sent to this account. Yo, congratulations, landlord. Really, someone's landlord just implicated themselves as being stupid, just like all the rest of them. Okay, really. Running away, F. Because they're trying to run away from something, F. Okay. They're trying to run away from a cybercrime. So this has to do with a cybercrime that they committed. Okay, right, cybercrime. Cyber stalking, cybercrime. Money, PayPal, offshore account, a money trail. So they got some sort of jurisdiction. Someone got the case files. They know that there's a money trail on them. They're trying to make themselves look innocent with the money trail connected to a cybercrime. So they're doing it with a deposit? What? Documents. This has to do with a wire in Europe. UK, a wire transfer maybe. Okay, a wire transfer. Counterfeit. B, something from B is counterfeit. Something from B is counterfeit. Okay. The Midwest. Now, oh, credit card exposed. Betrayal. Oh, somebody doesn't want their credit card information exposed. Something about the money trail, okay? So someone here in this whole setup or in this whole crime ring exposed their credit card information with some sort of cyber crime. Some sort of wire transfer, credit card. Someone's credit card information was exposed in a betrayal. And so now they're trying to make themselves look innocent by sending more money to a fraudulent account. I mean, what the hell? You cannot fix stupid like this. Crown chakra C, I'm sorry, but like, I'm having a hard time believing this is real. Okay, copycat. Receipts. Because of some sort of receipts from a copycat. Or a copycat tried to make receipts. Okay, IRS. Because the IRS has some sort of receipts that something is a copycat or someone is a copycat, or they tried to make some sort of receipts, a copycat, but some sort of credit card information is exposed. cybercrime, a wire transfer, pressing charges. They don't want someone to press charges. They're trying to cover it up with some sort of something international, witchcraft. Why? Yes, something international, phone call. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so what is this lie about a house here? House with the Knight of Swords in reverse. Somebody lying about a house. Or is that cyber stalking? Copycat. That lying because there's a cybercrime here, or someone was cyber stalking someone, but something was a copycat, or somebody was a catfish. Something is a copycat profile. A catfish profile, and someone sold their soul. Car crash, tax evasion. Car crash because of CC, lots of CCs. Car crash, tax evasion. Information about a fund. I feel like I don't think it's a trust fund. I feel like it's a fund, like a deposit fund. The landlord fund, you know, the landlord and his money fund. Information about the fund. Crown chakra, Joyce. That's why someone made this choice. Crown chakra. What's with all the C's? C. Crown chakra. Oh, someone is mad, enraged. Now someone is angry. Why? Because they're trying to make themselves look innocent. Oh, you mad? Why are you so mad, huh? Because you're trying so hard to make yourself look innocent. Okay. Someone that's retired. A landlord, I can't make it up. Look at this. This is so dumb. They thought that if they work together with your landlord, it will make them look innocent of the surveillance. You cannot make this up, man. Third eye. All they did was make the landlord look guilty. I swear. All they did was make the landlord look guilty. That's all they did. It didn't make them look innocent. It just made everybody see everything. Like, how everyone was involved in this. Even the landlord. They're trying to make themselves look innocent from the surveillance, the devices, the wiretapping, the breaking into your house, stolen keys. All they did was show that the landlord is also involved in this. Congratulations. Congratulations. Everybody's involved. That's why you're taking this corrupt person to court. Give me my fucking money back, okay? Really. Drug test, injury, hospital, abuse, foul play. What the hell? Injury, hospital. It has to do with them trying to say that you got an injury that ended up you in the hospital. This is what they try to say, right? So they try to say that you had an injury that ended you in the hospital, and because of this, you are abusing drugs. Blackmail was also here, didn't see it. Abusing drugs. Foul play. Because of a hospital, because of an injury in a hospital, okay? Yeah, okay, sure. And this was an agreement that they made here, solar plexus. This was an agreement that they made with an attack, L. An agreement that they made with an attack was to say that someone ended up in the hospital with an injury because something was foul play. And now you're abusing drugs. The fuck? Okay. What the hell? A drug test. Same people that stole a drug test or what? Or manipulated a drug test? Tax evasion. Something about tax evasion. C, again, C, nudes. Money, binding. They're bound to the money, V. Now they're bound to the money. Now they're bound to the money and they're trying to bind you to the money, but it's not your money. They're bound to the money. The law. Okay, so this is what they're doing to try and get control. What is this with this Queen of Wands here and someone trying to say something about a relationship? And this here, this stolen keys, someone being a thief of a key. A, kidnapping. A and kidnapping. Phone call. Phone call A. And kidnapping is giving me like the spoofing again. Setup. The setup with a phone call A. Screenshots. P. S-P. I-N-G. Spoofing. A ring or jewelry. A ring. Keys on a ring. Something about the West Coast, dark web, and you. UPA? APU? This has to do with a gang member. Subpoena heart chakra. Money laundering. Again, the truth about money laundering. The truth about money laundering, or the truth about laundry. Laundry. The truth about laundry. The truth about laundering. The truth about money laundering. A hacker. They tried to sacrifice you by saying that you have a mental illness. So they try to discredit you by saying that you are mentally ill. And this has to do with a phone call. A. Because of someone knowing the truth about money laundering, or the truth about laundering something, or laundry. Something about a heart, something about attacking your heart. This has to do with a cash investment. A cash investment in the mail. Cleaning service and weed. What is this? Cyber stalking. CSSCE. Someone that's local. Deposit. Again, a deposit. C. Forgery. And P. CP. Forgery. Something local. What did they forge? Crown chakra choice, death. This has something to do with the choice that they made to try and unalive you. The choice that they made to try and unalive you has to do with them spoofing this phone call, trying to say that you're mentally ill, talking about drugs or something like that. And this has to do with a landlord and their deposit, forging something, forging a signature. Okay. Why is this King of Cups here? This past betrayal with the Tower. Sexting. This has to do with someone that works a trade job, someone who's a mechanic, electrician, a maintenance worker, a handyman. Somebody's name that starts with the letter R, maybe. And what they did with clothes. Yeah, see, laundry, maybe, okay? Clothes and laundry. Something that they said to a detective or something they gave to a detective about sexting and clothes. And amphetamine. Manipulation of H. A narcissist. Okay, something about how this narcissist tried to manipulate something with sexting and clothes. P. RPH. Cyber stalking. Because this person is a cyber stalker or something about a cyber crime. The truth coming out. About a ring or jewelry. P. Tax evasion and an investment. What is this about taxes? An investment. Tax evasion. Tax evasion has come out like 3 times. How does this tie in together? Taxes. T. It ties in because of taxes. So a narcissist who could work a trade job, who could be like a handyman, maintenance worker, that manipulated something with taxes because of a cybercrime, cyber stalking, something that they gave to a detective about sexting and clothes. RPPTH. A transfer. Intimidation. To try and intimidate a third party with a transfer. CPS. Someone was intimidated by a third party because of CPS. Something was a financial crime, or they're involved in a financial crime because of a transfer, and someone was intimidated by a third party. Okay. B. Oh. Credit card. What the hell? Credit card, financial crime. BOOB. A caseworker. Somebody was working a case. They found something out about taxes, tax evasion, a credit card, a financial crime. They knew that there was a transfer that could implicate them because someone is working together with a detective. They were intimidated because of a third party involved in something with sexting, pregnancy, injury, and this has to do with a phone. Something on the phone, calling someone on a phone. M, injury, claiming an injury, a pregnancy, phone. And an addiction. I feel like, again, this has to do with this phone call. They called someone on the phone. They said something about an addiction, having an injury. Or that's what they tried to blame the drugs on, right? Solar plexus. Something about, but someone is protected by angels because of a lawyer. Someone is protected by angels because of a lawyer. Because they tried to get you in jail or prison with a false statement. Okay. And that's the motive for G. And that was the motive for G, motive with G, when someone was not home. There's a digital footprint here with K, N, a security camera. But there's good news because they tried to roofie you, and this has to do with a location of a passport. Why am I getting, look, H-O-P, is this like a hospital? Hospital. BG, is this a hospital? Injury, hospital. They pretended to be someone that works at a hospital, didn't they? With the phone call, they pretended to be someone that works at a hospital. Didn't they? And that's why that came out with abusing something, abusing drugs after an injury, hospital. Injury, hospital, abusing drugs. They're pretending to be someone that works in the medical field. That's how they're trying to create a digital footprint here with an injury. That's how they're trying to blame some sort of drugs on someone else. Is that what that is? That's the phone call. They tried to blame some sort of drugs or your death with drugs or something like that. They try to blame it on someone, or they place the phone call pretending to be someone that works at a hospital or works in the medical field. Mortgage, wire, and this has to do with something that they heard on a wire or some sort of a wiretap, and this has to do with a home, a mortgage, a lease, a loan, witchcraft, eviction. This has to do with someone that wanted you evicted here. Someone that wanted you evicted, something that they did with a loan, financial crime, witchcraft. Addiction, a Russian is lying. Look at that, a lying Russian. Or a lying East European person here, the lying Russian, that one. Lying about someone having an addiction because of something that they heard on a wire that was placed in someone's home because they wanted you evicted. They're involved in a financial crime here. They searched where someone works or the GPS coordinates of someone. They had an agreement with something that was in their possession, and then they made an agreement with someone with something that was in their possession. A bribe malpractice. Gave someone a bribe for malpractice, or they said something about malpractice. Okay. Or it's giving me like abusing medication or something like that. Malpractice, right? Addiction. So it's something that they said on this phone call must have been along the lines of pretending to be someone that works in the medical field, saying that they are someone that practices medicine or prescribed some sort of medication maybe, and that someone is addicted to some sort of medication. And then they try to cover it up with a transfer. A transfer N. That's the secret to how something changed hands, or to keep something a secret of how something changed hands. A secret changed hands. No, the secret is about how they try to drug you, right? How they try to drug you. That's what they wanted to keep a secret. With a digital footprint. Okay. Clothes. After they dumped some shit on your clothes, right? Okay. K, clothes. So after this person dumped a shit ton of drugs on your clothes, they tried to cover it up by claiming that you have an addiction and that you died because of some sort of malpractice. This narcissist handyman here? Yeah, sure, man. M. And this has to do with M. Phone call manipulation. R. R, phone call manipulation. R, huh? This R person keeps coming out. Is this the person that called and manipulated a phone call? R. A lying Russian by any chance? G. And this has to do with G and taxes. G and taxes, okay? G and taxes, okay? So is that the message for today then? The message is this person tried to take you out with drugs, and then they made a phone call pretending to be a hospital worker or someone that works in the medical field, claiming to have information about someone that's abusing medication. That's how they were going to cover up your death. And then when all of that didn't work, they asked your landlord to do something fraudulent with the deposit. My God. Oh my God. Look, I can't make it up. They wanted to make your death look like this. Self-deletion. Right. That's why they made the phone call. That's why they made the phone call, whatever that was, something on a phone, talking about someone abusing medication. Yeah, this one. Trying to make your death look like you did it yourself because a hitman got hush money, okay? Help. And then they needed help. Because of someone being a jealous thief. Or someone who's a thief needed help, okay? Because someone was jealous. A neighbor. Oh, a neighbor. So maybe this was a neighbor that did all this crazy shit, right? So then your crazy fucking neighbor who tried killing you with drugs and then blaming it on a medical worker giving you medication apparently, okay? Then this person calls up your landlord that owes you a deposit, and they make some sort of a deal with that as well, okay? Neighbor. H crime. This is a hate crime? Yeah, it could be. It could be a hate crime, okay? Really, it could be. Look at that, a neighbor at the bottom. Attack, a neighbor attacked you. That's a crime. And then because they sold their soul. And then they are now being blackmailed here for surveilling you, okay? Illegally. This is illegal surveillance here. Office. Weed. This is the truth about you. Here's the truth. That's the truth. About some sort of mental illness or someone having an illness. Yeah, no, that's, yeah. Here's the truth about the mental illness or the illness, okay? All right, guys, I'm going to leave it at that. I hope this helps you. Thank you for watching. Until next time.